Now see first example of exercise 3.1. See here 8 different figures are given over here, right? We have to classify each figure of them on the basis of the following. Basis of the following, right? See the first one, simple curve. Now let's try about the simple curve. See the first figure. See here we had a simple curve like such, right? So we can see the figure number 1 has a simple curve. Then after see the second, in it also we have a simple curve. So we can say figure number second has a simple curve. Then after see in third, we don't have a simple but it is a already full curve, right? So we can't say it is a simple curve. Now then after fourth, in it also we don't have a simple curve, right? Now in fifth, we have a simple curve. As it is in figure number 6, we have a simple curve. Then after in figure number 7 also we have a simple curve, right? So in figure number 1, 2, 5, 6 and 7 we can say having a simple curve, right? Then after B, simple closed curve. Simple and what type of closed curve, right? See the figure number 1, it is closed from the every side and having a simple curve, right? So it is closed also. So figure number 1. Now then after see the second is also closed. So figure number 2, even the figure number 5 is also closed, right? Similarly 6, right? And 7. So we can say are the same reply, same answer, first and second, right? Now third, polygon. Already we have discussed about it. What do you mean of polygon? A closed figure made up of what? Line segment, right? Made up of line segment. See the first figure, it is made up of line segment. Yes, so we can say figure number 1. See the second, which is also made up of line segment. So figure number 2. Then after in figure number 3 we don't have any line segment. In figure number 4 we have a line segment. So then after in fifth, 6, 7, 8 we don't have, right? See in 6 and 7 we have a line segment, but then after we have what? Curves with it. In it also see here there are two line segment, but then after we have a curve, so we can't say it is a polygon. So figure number first, second and fourth, right, is classified as a what? Polygon. Now next is convex. Convex polygon. What do you mean of convex polygon? Already we have learned about it. Its diagonals are inside, right? See the figure number first. See in it we have a diagonals outside, so we can't say it is a what. And what do you mean of diagonals? They are non-consecutive vertex. The line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertex of a polygon is known as what? Diagonals. Now in second, see opposite, right? So we can say figure number 2. Which figure? 2. Then after it's a curve, so in it also we have outside diagonals, and in the remain are the completely different figure, right? So we can't classify as a what? Convex polygon. Now last is concave. About it already we have learned. Its diagonals are what? Outside the figure. See in the first figure, so definitely figure number 1 contain a what? Concave polygon, as well as which is another figure number 4. So 1 and 4 are the example here classified as a what? Concave polygon. So all of you understood about the very first example? Sure, good. Now let's go with the second example. How many diagonals does each of the following have? how many diagonals does each of the following have? See the first one, convex quadrilateral. Convex quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means how many sides having? Four sides. How many sides? Four, right? So number of diagonals. What is the formula to find out diagonals? Number of diagonals is equal to n in bracket n minus 3 upon 2, right? Is equal to number of sides are n, sorry 4. So we can say n is equal to what? 4. So 4 in bracket 4 minus 3 upon 2 is equal to 4. 4 minus 3, 1 upon 2. So 4 ones are 4 upon 2. 2 twos are 4. So we can say the number of diagonals in a convex quadrilateral are 2. Got it? Now see the second. A regular hexagon. A regular hexagon. Hexagon means how many sides? 6 sides. So n is equal to 6. Right? Same formula. Number of sides, sorry, diagonals is equal to n minus 3 upon 2 is equal to n is equal to 6. 6 minus 3 upon 2 is equal to 6. 6 minus 3, so 3. 2, 6 3s are 18 upon 2. 2, how many is are? 9s are. So we can say how many diagonals? 9. Got it? Now third, a triangle. Triangle has how many sides? 3. Right? By using the same formula, please try to find out yourself. Okay? So third, please do it yourself. Now let's go with that example number 3. What is the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral? Will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? Make a non-convex quadrilateral and try. See what is the first question? What is the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral? What is the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral? Already we have learned about it in the angle sum property. Right? The sum of measures of angles of a quadrilateral. Either it is a convex or concave. How many degree? 360 degree, right? The sum of measures of angles of a convex quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree, right? So what is asking? What is the sum of the measures of the angles of a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral. Will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? Yes, right? This property holds even if the quadrilateral is not convex, right? Now then after, what is asking? Make a non-convex quadrilateral and try. See, such quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Here angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees, right? So we can say it is a possible, right? So all of you understood? Sure? Okay. Now go for the example number 4. Example, the table. Examine the table. Each figure is divided into triangles and the sum of the angles deduced from that. See, the first figure is of what? Triangle. So how many sides it has? 3. So what is the angle sum? 180 degree. See the next figure, quadrilateral. Suppose whichever, right? So how many sides it has? 4, right? So 2 multiply 180. Why here 2 multiply 180? See, if we cut from the center, we get two different triangles. So 2 multiply 180 is equal to 360 degree. Otherwise, in another word, we can say 4 minus 2 multiply 180 degree. Got it? Now third figure, how many sides it has? 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we cut it, we get how many triangles? 3 triangles. Right? How many triangles we get? 3 triangles. See how? Right? 1, 2, 3 triangles. So 3 multiply 180 degree. Right? So how many? 540 degree. Yeah, 5 minus 2 multiply 180. Right? As it is, see the next one. How many sides it has? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Right? So how many sides? 1, 6 sides, right? How many triangle we got it over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 multiply 180 degree. So 18 4s are 72. So 720 degree. Yeah, 6 minus 2 multiply 180 degree. Right? Now then after see asking, what can you say about the angle sum of a convex polygon with number of sides? Suppose maybe number of sides are 7. Number of sides are how many? 7. B 8. C 10. And D n sides. From the above table, we conclude that sum of interior angles of a polygon with n sides is equal to n minus 2 multiply 2. Right? Sum of interior angles of polygon with n sides is equal to n minus 2 multiply 180 degree. See in it. How many sides? 5 sides. So 5 minus 2, 6 sides. So 6 minus 2, 4 sides. So 4 minus 2, right? So like this way, this formula is already derived. So here n is equal to what? Number of sides. N is equal to what? Number of sides. Right? So n minus 2 multiply 180 is equal to n is equal to how many? 7. So 7 minus 2 multiply 180. Now 7 minus 2. So what? 5 multiply 180. Now 18 5s are 90 and 1 0. So we can say how many degree? 900 degree. Got it? So angle sum of a convex polygon with number of sides 7 is equal to 900 degree. Got it? Now B, n is equal to 8. So n minus 2 multiply 180 degree. is equal to 8 minus 2 multiply 180. So 6 multiply 180. Now 18 6 are 108 and 10, so 1080 degree. So all of you understood how to find out. Let's one more. N is equal to 10. N minus 2 multiply 180 is equal to 10 minus 2 multiply 180. So 10 minus 2, so 8. 8 multiply 180. Now 18 8s are 144 and 10, so 1440 degree. So we can say the sum of interior angles of a polygon having n sides is equal to n minus 2 multiply 180 degree. Understood? By using this formula, we can able to find out the angle sum property, right, of interior angles of the given from the given sides. Okay, onwards from example number 52, we'll continue in next period. Okay, bye.